Jerry from Fight Commentary Breakdowns, and this is a very exciting match. In blue is Jan Lucanus, in black is Sifu Nico, who you've seen before. So you're going to see two very different interpretations of Tai Chi. So look at that. That was really good balance by Jan. This was after Nico won the competition, and Jan, the referee, decided to go up against Nico just for demo purposes, just to have some fun. So you're going to see two very different styles and interpretation of Tai Chi. So Jan, look at the timing, right? What you're going to see from Jan's approach is, I would say he's very good at sensing where his opponent's body is. So look at that. Oh, so that didn't count. If both of them went down, then that wouldn't count. So Jan's off balanced and pulled or pushed Nico off twice, but that one was stalemate. So look at Jan's other arm. That lead arm is almost touching Nico's body, right? So that didn't count either. So Nico also keeping relaxed. Nico was legitimately dancing when he was not competing. This guy just, I loved his approach. He was just, see, look at Jan's hand almost touching Nico's body. Now, whether he was doing that on purpose or doing it accidentally, I don't know. But so that didn't count either. So far, Jan's gotten 2 points. And I believe it's something like best out of 7 or best out of 10. So Jan's in the lead. Notice Jan is leaning much more, whereas Nico's dropping a center. But the leaning is working for Jan. See, Jan's weight distribution, Jan's force is very forward. So what you're going to start seeing is Nico is going to start figuring this out. So look at Jan punch himself in the jaw. Jan also has his fingers taped, and he has a mouth guard. So he's treating this in a very, very intense sports context, right? Whereas Nico is kind of, it's Tai Chi. Let's just have some fun. So look at Jan's arm, almost very close to Nico. So that counted towards Jan. Yep. So Jan's gotten 3 points already. And Nico's just, you can tell his body sensitivity is on a different level, right? You know, his timing might not be as good as Jan right now in this current phase, but look at that. He pulled Jan off, or pushed. So Nico got a point, man. Nico starting to catch up. So look at Jan. Jan's kind of processing in his mind what happened. So look at that. Look at his, so Jason's constantly trying to get Jan's arm. Oh, look at that. Okay, so Nico almost got that one. Nico's talking about asking Jan not to pull on his shirt. So another thing I didn't tell Jan or Nico is that, or Jason, Jason's the guy with glasses as the referee, that in the future they need to have a better wardrobe selection. As in, you have to have a more standard uniform because, you know, Nico's more kind of traditional garb can get pulled much easier than Jan's rash guard. So that didn't count because both of them stepped off. Oh, that didn't count either. Both of them stepped off. So right now Jan's in the lead, but as you can tell, Nico's figuring it out, right? Sifu Nico is figuring out Sifu Jan's approach. So now Sifu Nico is at least causing a stalemate. I can only imagine what's going on in Jan's head. So I think Jan's probably the more famous Tai Chi guy out of the two of them, although I think a lot of people know Sifu Nico also. Look at Jan forming a triangle, right? Jan's forming a triangle with his lead arm, the right arm. Ooh-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That was a interesting attempt to duck under. I can't even imagine what's going on in Nico's head because he's not used to this level of force applied to him. So, see, that's what I'm talking about. So, Nico's talking about his shirt getting, either Jan's arm getting entangled in Nico's shirt or something like that. So, I think that both of them stalemated. What you're going to see later is Nico's going to just take off his shirt. So Jan's processing what happened. Jan's the only person that did this that kind of took a break whenever he felt like he needed some time to think. So this is something to standardize in this type of push hand tournament too. Can they have a break in between every push hand round, right? That's another thing. So that was great. That was great. So Nico visibly starting to get a little frustrated too. Oh, nice. See? Nico's starting to figure out. He's using this kind of almost wave vibrational type of force. So you're going to see this more. And this is... You're seeing Nico process. Look at that. You see that? Oh my God. You see that? So Nico's starting to get it. Okay, if he's having that much force come at me, what can I do, right? Do I try to divert his force? But if the force is too much, I don't have enough, especially because it's fixed step. I can't have enough leverage to divert the force. So maybe I'll somehow turn that force against him. Oh, see, he's trying that again. He's like, okay, if you're going to push against me, maybe I can use Newton's third law against him. And Jan's energy is very burst, right? His acceleration, deceleration, there's a burst-like thing. So if Nico's figuring out, if he times it correctly, he can time it when Jan has to relax his muscles, and that's when I push him down. So that was a stalemate too. So look at Nico. Nico's like, I think I figured it out, but again, this is a tough opponent. And look at the jiu-jitsu guy over there. The jiu-jitsu guy. The jiu-jitsu guy in white. You know, the jiu-jitsu guys were doing leg locks and doing chokes. And, you know, I understand if they're like, okay, what is this? But again, so that also didn't count. Jan processing that exchange. We can call it the Jan. Jan doing the Jan. Nico's still calm. Thinking, right? Like a Jan. So, Jan's mentality is very sports, right? Like Division I sports. Whereas Nico's like, we're Tai Chi and we're deadly. So it's just two different mentalities. I'm not saying what's right, what's wrong, but you can tell by their body language, by how much force they exert, how they react in between rounds, the differences in approach. Here comes Nico. Look at Nico kind of, notice he was rocking. So I don't think that counted. Yeah, notice he's kind of rocking. He's trying to find his center. You're seeing that sometimes. See, he's trying to find his center. This is literally like yin and yang, like yin and yang, right? So you could say that the energy from Jan is very yin, right? And the energy from Nico is very yang. So now they're switching sides. See, look what I'm talking about. You see, Jan's lead arm is way closer to Nico's body. So Nico's talking about he's getting his clothes, you know, something's getting tangled again. So I think at this point, Nico's just, yeah, he's taking it off. Exactly. Take it off, Nico. But something you're going to notice repeatedly is, again, there was no rule against this, right? Where you place your lead arm, the arm where the back of the palm touches, right? So look at Nico. Nico's a buff guy. So the fact that Jan's kind of placing it not in the middle, more towards Nico, is actually a really good piece of strategy. Because again, it misaligns Nico, right? You see how Jan forms that triangle? Triangle's a very strong shape, as you know from physics. Look at that. Whoa, yeah, good job, Nico. So, Nico got that one. So, yeah. So, Nico was muscling a lot more than that. And what we might see, again, I forgot how Nico adapts, but maybe Nico's going to start muscling a little more too. Muscling with his understanding of center, right? So, we'll see. So, you see, Jan's starting to drop his center a little more. And as you can see, the back foot pads keep moving. That's something I talked to Jan and Jason about later. But some of you in the comments in the previous video said you like that because, again, both of them are at a disadvantage, right, with the back foot pads moving. So it's not like one person's back foot pads are moving. See, Jan's arms are forcing Nico to not have a triangle. I mean, it's still a triangle, but it's a... What is the triangle called? It's a triangle where it's less than 90 degrees. So notice that again. Look at the arm where the palms are facing each other. So I honestly forgot what the triangles are called, right? There's a scalene triangle, there's an isosceles triangle, there's an equilateral triangle, there's a obtuse triangle, and I don't know, the one that's smaller where one of the sides is smaller than 30 degrees. I forgot what it's called, but so of course we're also not on a Euclidean plane, but that's me getting really deep into it. Oh, good job, Nico. Does that count? I don't think that counts if your hand, yeah, exactly. Your hand touched the, yeah, it doesn't count. Because normally if it were on the ground, right, a hand touching the ground doesn't count. So look at Jan. Look at his distribution of weight. So look at Nico. Nico's asking him to not grab. See, Jan was grabbing, but I think Nico's hand also touched Jan's face. So again, gets heated, gets competitive, right? These things happen. It wasn't on purpose. Jan's kind of Nico's now learning. Let's step off, take a breather too. look at Jason telling them, hey, remember Tai Chi, calm. Oh, Nico got him. Nice. Oh, no. That was a draw. So see, Nico's playing with how wide his stance now. And he's back. Nico's back. Look at him dancing. He's dancing again. I think the way to know that Nico's back in the groove is when he's dancing. So if he's not dancing, you're in his head. But if he's dancing again like this, he's about to push you off. See, look at that. See the lack of 30 degrees between the triangle, lack of 90 degrees, whatever. But you see, Nico got him again. So, guys, if you're going to play this type of push hands, unless there's a rule that it has to be in the center, look what Jan's doing. Jan's already kind of engaged, right? He's already pushing against Nico's frame. So he tried to drag him down, but Nico got him too. So that was so see, Jan's being a little frustrated. He's a little frustrated, right? He's never gone up against someone like Nico before. We all know Nico's very, very, very talented, right? And not to take away from Jan. Jan's very talented too, but it's two different interpretations of Tai Chi clashing, right? Yin versus Yang. So they both drawed. So Jan and Nico, please leave comments. Let us know what was going on in your head. So Jan, as you can tell, he's much more of a front bow stance, gongbu, right? Whereas Nico's much more of a horse stance, right? Like a mabu, if you notice. So yeah, that's the thing about fixed step, right? If you're trying to pull him off, you're going to pull yourself too. It's very hard to pull him off without pulling yourself. Again, there's somebody mouthing off. Again, I don't know if it's the person that kept mouthing off the whole time, but it could have been one of the other people. I don't know, but there was a guy that kept mouthing off. I talked about it in the previous video. I'm not featuring that guy. That guy was just annoying the jiu-jitsu people and the Tai Chi people. Oh, look at Nico. Oh, that was Nico right there. Good job. So, you see that? I think a good lesson we're learning from this, if you want to do Tai Chi push hands on fixed step, is you have to make sure, even if you push him, you yourself have to watch your own balance and your own center repeatedly, right? Just because he's falling doesn't mean your weight distribution, your balance might not be off too. So it's like a follow through in basketball or, golf or whatever, right? Your follow through. So you have to make sure you're standing in a solid base even after he's fallen. So that's applying this if this weren't raised, if the platforms weren't raised, and the raised platform just kind of cements what I'm talking about. So Jan got Nico this time. Look at the intensity in Jan. And for those of you who do Tai Chi, good job, Nico. Look at that, right? Look at him diverting the force. For those of you who do Tai Chi, let me know. Does this type of, really, look at that. Like, I want to fight type of mode that Jan's in. Does it help or hurt Tai Chi? Again, there's many debates on Tai Chi, and what I'm talking about might set off a million arguments because, as we know, besides Wing Chun people and Aikido people, Tai Chi people love to say that their stuff is the most deadly or their stuff is the most, time tester or whatever. Not a knock on them. Again, I'm putting this up, right? So obviously, I get enjoyment out of this. Nice job, Nico. Look at that. So Nico's understanding more of some of the finger grips. So he's adapting, right? Because Jan's Jan does a lot of kind of grabbing at your lats and stuff like that, and Nico's starting to figure that out. Oh, that was close. Nico was playing with changing the force vector, but his balance was just a little off in that one. See, he's adjusting the foot pads. If knowing Nico, I think he's probably going to try that again. Or that works too. Just push him off. So I wasn't counting the score, guys, but I think Nico's at least caught up. If not, he's in the lead. I don't know. It's really close right now. And I think, remember how Nico got into Jason, the guy with the ponytail, the referee, how he got into his head earlier? I think Nico's really getting into Jan's head now, which is really great. Jan's still, right, applying so much pressure. Look at that. Oh, they both stepped off. So that's another thing to think about if you want to do this type of Tai Chi push hands. It's in any type of tournament, not just push hands, but like whether football or MMA or whatever, right? Do you start out already in the Jan mode, or you start out more of like a relaxed thing and then increase your spear, as we say in Aikido, or increase your intensity when the situation calls for it, right? Oh, Nico's going to win this. You can tell because, okay, Jan managed to pull him off balance. Because the thing about Jan applying so much forward pressure is that his weight distribution is easily off balance, right? He's relying on athleticism, basically, right now. That's what Jan's doing. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? There's many different ways of interpreting Tai Chi, so I'm not saying don't use athleticism in Tai Chi. Oh, that was probably my favorite exchange. So much balance, so much awareness of body positioning by Nico. So, here they go. Look at Nico dancing. Nico's in the groove again. Look at that. Look at Nico. Oh, man, don't we just love Nico? I mean, give a thumbs up if you like Jan's intenseness too, right? Yin energy versus yang energy. Yin versus yang. So, good job, Nico. Again, how do you take all that force and divert it, right? How do you take all that force and almost let it bounce off you? Because again, we know Newton's third law. You push against someone, they're pushing back just naturally. So Nico won this, man. This was awesome, guys. 2 interpretations of Tai Chi.